Hey, my name is Hugo Valente, and I'm a technical product manager here at Netdata. I'm here today to speak to you about our latest release, which is the Netdata Grafana data source plugin. And this video is to help you get started and start taking advantage of this powerful plugin that brings you the Netdata's powerful collector capabilities available on our Netdata agent and combines it together with Grafana's visualization and dashboarding capabilities. Hope you enjoy it. If you go to netdata.cloud, you're going to be able to see our latest blog post about the Netdata data source plugin. You can access directly from here, or you can go to the blog section on the website and see the same blog here. This blog post is aimed to explain why we decided to do it, how does the plugin work, how does the query builder in Grafana allow you to create the charts, how you can get it installed in your Grafana environment, and what are our plans around the plugin. Before jumping to the installation, let me quickly guide you through the first three bullets. So, the plugin, the objective is to maximize the troubleshooting capabilities of Netdata in Grafana, where we combine the real-time monitoring and the single-second granularity with more than 2,000 metrics available across your infrastructure with the visualization and dashboarding capabilities of Grafana. So why did we decide to do it? The open source culture is deeply rooted in Netdata's DNA, and we don't believe in a single pane of glass or a single observability platform, so our aim is to create this kind of interoperability among players in this domain, and Grafana being a reference in the visualization and dashboarding capabilities. So this plugin, how does it work? You have your agents deployed in your infrastructure that will be connected to Netdata Cloud, and our Netdata data source plugin will be accessing our Netdata Cloud backend API to get the data from the spaces and the rooms where your nodes are going to be organized. You can set it up however you prefer, the organization of your infrastructure in spaces and rooms in Netdata, and through the plugin you're going to be able to access those. This is the part of creating the API token. We use an API token for authentication, so you'll need to create one in your profile, but we'll see that in a second. And this is the part of the query builder, which I'll also present while doing this demo. So let's jump to the installation part. For the installation, you can do it in three different ways. You can install it with Docker container, locally in your Linux OS, or in Windows. The three options that I mentioned by default will get the latest release of the Grafana plugin. But we provide also the options for you to build it locally. You can build the plugin and then deploy the artifacts that are generated from that build. We'll focus on the Docker and where we provide, in this case, a script that will set up your environment for you to try it out. So this script will set up a Grafana container, retrieve the latest versions of Netdata data source plugin, install the plugin in the default folder for Grafana plugins, and then start Grafana. One important point is that at the moment the plugin is not signed, so we'll be adding an exception to allow the signing installation of this Netdata plugin. Let's then look to the script that is provided. If I go to my system, I've already here downloaded the scripts, and if I just place the run command, it will get the latest version, as we said. Check if you have already the container files that you need to set up Grafana, and then once that is ready, you can have it already from here, from this address. But let's just confirm, this is the Grafana Netdata plugin demo container. It's running and it's listening on port 61041. So going to our browser and opening here, you can use the admin password as a default. Let's skip it for now. No. And if you check into the settings and the plugins, you're going to be able to see that Netdata is already an installed plugin. So the next step is to create a data source for this. So calling it Netdata, and for you to be able to use it, you need to get an API token for you to be able to query our Netdata Cloud backend APIs. So if you go to app.netdata.cloud under your profile, you're going to be able to see a new section called Grafana integration. For now, these authentication tokens are aimed for this Grafana plugin, but in the future we might extend this for a public API. But let's focus on the Grafana demo. So just give a meaningful description for your plugin, and just copy the token and add it to the data source that we just created. So save and test, it's done. So let's start by creating a new dashboard. Having a panel. If you see here, the Netdata data source is already available. And as I mentioned, for now, this is currently unsigned. That's why you see this warning, but this doesn't stop you from being able to use it. Looking to the query builder, you're going to see some information like these stars at the end of some of the attributes that mean these attributes are mandatory for you to be able to see some data on the dashboard. What you see here available are the spaces that you have access to on app.netdata.cloud, because this is being linked to your to the API token that is linked to your profile, and you're going to be able to access the same spaces as you would have done on Netdata app. So I'm choosing the Netdata demo space, and I'm going to choose one of the rooms, can be the Postgres SQL one. And these are the two first mandatory ones. The nodes is optional because by default, if you don't specify a node, you're going to get access to all the nodes in this room. And then of course context is mandatory because it's the information, the metric you want to display. So in this case, I'm choosing apps.cpu. And with this, we already are collecting the data from Netdata Cloud API. This app CPU metric or chart is the same that you'll see on our Postgres, choosing the Postgres, going to the overview. If you go to applications, the CPU, it's the same chart as you'll see. You're going to notice that from our Netdata Cloud UI, there are some options that you can choose or interact with to change the way you see the data and the charts. So here you can choose different group by options, different aggregation functions, and in Grafana it's the same thing. You can choose different group by options, as I mentioned, in this case grouping by node. We only have one on this room. I can go back to dimension, and you can choose, in this case, the grouping function is not available because it's only one node and one instance, one data series, but you could choose different aggregation functions over time. You have some tooltips that will help you understand what each one of these are. You can later also filter by specific labels if you have chart labels like in the Netdata UI, and you also have a text field like just for information saying you which unit is this from Netdata. So you can set it up here also in Grafana in case you want to change the presentation of the chart. Once you're okay, you can just apply and save it. This is as simple as this. I'm going to show what kind of dashboards you can make with this. So for now, we have one very interesting one that was done for the Postgres SQL monitoring. You're going to see that you can build as complex dashboards as this one. So the Postgres SQL use case one is a combination of multiple chart types. And this, all the data that you see here, it's coming from the Netdata agents in the edge, but also through the Netdata Cloud API. And you're going to be able to create as fancy dashboards as this one that you see here, and all data coming from Netdata Cloud API. Having gone through this, the next steps is for you to try it. As I mentioned, we have some next steps in line for here. We want to enable the variables functionality to allow you to create templating on the dashboards. We want to allow filtering with multiple key values. And then, of course, start providing some templates for dashboards like the one we have for Postgres SQL. But being this a public repo, we'll go there in a second, we love to get the community involved in this project. Feel free to open issues for requests, open a PR if you want to see something change or something improved on the plugin. And also feel free to share any feedback. We'll love to hear from you and make this plugin even better. And yeah, that's what we are hoping for this, to get your feedback and that you like and enjoy this plugin. So if you go to the Netdata organization, we have the Netdata Grafana data source plugin repo, which I mentioned, it's public. So you can open tickets, or you can also contribute with PRs if you spot something that you like to see change or improve on the plugin. From my side, that's all. Hope you enjoy it, and do leave us some feedback. Cheers!